Hello everyone, Vincent Briatore here. It's good to be here. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm still stuck in the trenches and, just trying to survive. So anyway, I was looking at an article today that actually went back to some of the things that I discussed earlier about these power plants that did the, coal to gas conversion that have been installing, mining equipment inside. And recently in upstate New York, exactly, it's Green Ridge Generation, which is in Dresden, Finger Lakes region of upstate New York, I'm assuming. They actually have a new mining operation going on in the power plant. So they get the electricity at cost practically for free. They used to operate only certain times of the year. Now they switched to operating all year long. They're making $50,000 per day in BTC currently at a price of around $10,000 per BTC. It's a pretty exciting development. So this makes it the most profitable, or the one that has the highest output as far as mining in the country, in the U.S. currently, when it comes to not mining firms in general, but specifically ones that are in power plants. So this investment cost $65 million in mining rigs. So it's quite a large investment. And that's the thing, you got to look at when are they going to have an ROI. So $50,000 a day is $1.5 million a month, right, at current prices, which next up to what? $15, $16 million a year, $16 million, I think, $16 million a year. That's a pretty penny. But see, here's the thing that I was thinking, you got to strategize on their HODL strategy, because especially this year, very, very likely will at least hit $20,000 per BTC before the end of the year, especially after the halving in May. And this is pretty much, most analysts agree on this one. And so if they held on, that would send their profits to what? From 16 million to 32 million. That's a huge jump, right? So they could pay for the whole operation within 3 to 4 years, depending on if they're selling daily. Obviously they're probably selling some to cover the cost of the electricity, which is abysmal. Then you have to factor in also the cost of switching the rigs out, right? Usually far before they're not, they don't work. You just have to upgrade them, usually due to energy costs. But in this situation, they can run it a lot longer because it's going to stay profitable longer because they have practically free electricity. Also, upstate New York, it's a little colder, It's not like they're running them in Florida, Arizona. So they probably don't have as much need for, cooling. Especially, if it's a natural gas plant, they already probably got vents. They got probably a decent situation there to keep everything from overheating. So pretty exciting stuff. Why is this important? Well, there's a lot of debate. I read another article that was talking about, who's going to mine Bitcoin if it goes back down to $1,000 per BTC. God forbid, I don't think that that's really something that's possible. But, anything, I suppose, is possible. Well, this is the answer. These type of operations are going to mine Bitcoin regardless. Why? Because the price to run the equipment is next to nothing. So it doesn't matter to them. If they go from mining $50,000 a day to mining $5,000 a day, they're still going to run it because their energy cost is abysmal. So I think, that it's not even really a question who's going to mine Bitcoin at $1,000 per piece. So first off, for Bitcoin to go down to $1,000, you literally would have to reduce the amount of transactions and stuff by like 90%. So it'd be a lot less transactions to process. So the mining operation that has going on would be able to handle that no problem. Like I said, there's a lot of these operations in power plants and stuff that have almost zero cost to run these operations that Bitcoin's going to survive regardless. Unless an asteroid hits the Earth. Capito? This is going to continue on. Well, one of the things that always annoys me is the news. It's so sensational. So I was looking at headlines and just, this is one of the most annoying headlines. Coronavirus will send Bitcoin price to $100,000 in 2020. Max Kaiser. Ma scusa, Madonna. I'm telling you, the coronavirus, everybody's talking about this damn coronavirus. As we've seen, actually, this hasn't really happened, If a bunch of people are selling it because it doesn't make sense, As much as we want to pair crypto and gold, and I thought at first, I was like, well, crypto, gold, people say digital gold. Maybe people are going to invest money just to be safe, you know, as an alternative in a moment of disaster. But as we've seen, when people actually are afraid, propaganda of coronavirus, whatever may happen, people want to have the cash there, or they want to have money turned into resources, food, storage, that kind of stuff. People are not thinking, you know what, let me buy some digital cryptocurrency. And so as much as we want to speculate that may be the case, I don't think it is. What does a Bitcoin transaction worth 1.4 billion mean for BTC? Nothing. There you go. You didn't even have to read the article. No, the Bitcoin will hit 13,000 by mid-April, hedge fund manager says. We care? We don't care. Because for every article saying 13,000 says another. And what hedge fund manager said it, we don't care. $1 million Bitcoin is impossible without government collapse. This one got me thinking. Do you know who said this? Some poker player said this shit. As I stick to playing poker, kid, it doesn't even really make sense. Government collapse, like if there's a government collapse, like I get if you're comparing it to Venezuela, you know, how much did Venezuela stimulate and influence the cryptocurrency market? A decent amount, but the booming years of crypto were actually far before, you know, the actual collapse of the government. And when major use of cryptocurrency started in Venezuela, we were already past the prime time. Whether we want to admit it or not, you know what really fueled a lot of the gains in 2017 and 2016? I think it was a lot of scams, man. I know people don't want to hear it, but I think scams pushed the market up and then pulled it back down. Think about it, okay? There's an article on here talking about some analyst added the halvings and all these different figures and said if we triple the amount of users of cryptocurrency, we could get to 500,000, right? I think this is one of the reasons people try to give advice and get other people to use cryptocurrency. Hell, I could convince three people to start investing in crypto just by walking out the door and be like, oh, hey, Manachal America, come here. But anyway, what I'm saying is that there is this sense of like, hey, let me get other people involved. The more people involved pushes the price up. It's a sense of community, and that's awesome. But you don't have a direct impact, you know, unless you're using a referral link for Coinbase, and that's abysmal. When you get somebody involved in crypto, you're not really like, oy, you know, I'm getting money from that. But with these scams like OneCoin and BitConnect, these people are actually profiting in a major way by getting people involved. So they're using the publicity of the initial years of the boom of Bitcoin and its meteoric rise to then make people associate wrongfully Bitcoin with some scammy altcoin, or sometimes OneCoin didn't even actually have a blockchain at all. It was running off a regular database that was open. But anyway, so they wrongfully associate, oh, Bitcoin's been going up. You want to make money off Bitcoin? I mean, 10,000% up in 2 years. And they're like, oh, yeah, I want to invest in crypto. Well, here, this is an easy way to do it. BitConnect. And people are stupid, and they start investing. And so that drew so many people into the crypto world that were not involved before. If you were involved in cryptocurrency before, you weren't falling for OneCoin and BitConnect. When BitConnect popped up, I was already in crypto. So I looked at it, I'm like, scam, next. I capito. OneCoin, scam, next. OneCoin was actually before BitConnect. But anyway, you could see it immediately. The people that got involved in those things were people that weren't involved in crypto at all. So without the knowledge of knowing what's going on, they fall into those, you know, traps, scams, cons, weeds, wats, whatever. The point being that it drew a shit ton of people and money into crypto. And even though it was a scam, a lot of those people still stayed in crypto. Almost all of them. I mean, I know some people got turned off completely by it, but let's look at it. Admittedly, everyone that I know that fell for BitConnect or some scam, they're still involved in crypto. You still have that hope. A lot of people, even if they lose money, they still have that hope. Oh, well, maybe it'll go back up. And once you have the knowledge and you want to find out why you got scammed, so you investigate. Then you find out you're doing everything wrong. So then maybe you still stick around. Then you start watching the price. Once you know about Bitcoin, once you buy a little bit of Bitcoin, it's really hard to ever pull away from that. You know, so that's my theory. I don't even know where I'm going with that. Where was I even going with that theory? But what I'm saying is, we're looking at what it will take, because everybody's constantly speculating on price. And so I try to look at what fueled, you know, economic growth within the cryptocurrency community, the price of Bitcoin, right? Adoption, use, and I try to see how that can be replicated and how it's replicated in the future and what those driving factors may be. And that's, I guess, what everybody tries to figure out. But I try to look at it from different angles. You know, not a lot of people will tell you, I think maybe scams in 2017, 2016, you know, actually fueled the market, but it did. You know, people don't want to hear that all these scammy ICOs actually drew people into the cryptocurrency market, but they actually did. Did the market actually fall? Yeah, but a lot of people stuck around. You know, you ever hear that thing, bad publicity is still publicity? I don't know where I'm going with all these thoughts, okay? I really don't know where I'm going. But what I'm saying is when they give these estimates that if we triple the use cases, I mean, people using or investing in Bitcoin, we can get to 500,000. I don't think it's that simple because a lot more people are investing in altcoins. Altcoins are more appealing for a lot of reasons. When I get involved back in 2016, I went straight for Ethereum, because of the gain potential, the upside. And when you look at Chainlink, went up 500% last year. Did Bitcoin go up 500%? It's been a long time since Bitcoin has really shot up. And it's hard to look at Bitcoin and the gains of even just Bitcoin Cash went up 70% so far this year. Litecoin, Ethereum is third or fourth best performing crypto so far this year. Tezos, there's so many options. And all these altcoins are more and more available. You don't have to buy Bitcoin first anymore when Coinbase has all these altcoins. When you can go on Crypto.com app and they have them listed. So I think that's going to be a detriment. I think the more time goes by, the more gains we're going to have consistency on altcoins and the more opportunities for altcoin growth, okay? I know some people are Bitcoin maximalists and everything, but I'm just saying the main reason people get involved for crypto is as a vehicle for investments, for profit, okay? Then, yeah, once you learn about the technology, you can become a little bit of a champion for, you know, decentralized applications and, you know, what it means for the economy and the possibilities of the technology. But initially, it's going to be about money. So I see that. I think that you should focus on investing in altcoins because other people, as they come in, are going to invest more money in altcoins. And like I said, to move the price of Bitcoin, it may take for every $100 you put in Bitcoin, you only got to put $1 in something else like Ethereum or Tezos or a small altcoin to get twice as much gain. You know what I mean? Just because of market capitalization. So there you have it. I don't know what the future is going to hold for certain, but I spend a lot of time looking at the past and thinking about the future and all these different kind of things that can affect the price. What do you guys think? What do you guys think, to put it in like a straightforward question, I'd love to hear your opinion on what are the biggest factors that affect price and how do you see altcoins and Bitcoin unfolding in the next year to 2 years? And what do you think we need in order to see $100,000 Bitcoin, $500,000 Bitcoin? And can just a snowball effect of consistent gains attract enough people to sustain that growth? Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, you know, just keep your head down, keep working, stay positive no matter what the market does. And, you know, investing is like a marathon. It's not a sprint. Buy red, sell green. Or don't sell at all. You know, just keep buying. That's also a good way to do it.
You can keep me down. Introducing myself, I'm Stephen Gorkin, live out to my calling. And I'm moving in stealth, I'm not for the bullies and that's just a warning. Can be saved by